Is there any opportunity to get something like green card? We heard that in USA, only one and only USA, they provide a green card. But is there any kind of facilities like green card in Australia?
Oh, absolutely. We don't call it a green card. We call it permanent residency.
Okay.
So in the US, you have a lottery, yeah? So the person goes into the draw, you have to wait for your name, and you get a green card. Here, it's permanent residency, and it's more about your skills. Do you have skills that the country needs? So like I told you before, trade professionals, you have electricians, welders, fitters, chefs, cooks, engineers, doctors, nurses. If we need that trade, then you can certainly look at applying, but English is the most important. Make sure that you practice your English. Make sure that you get the right English scores. But yes, we do have green cards. I give you an example. Like just the other day, I had a gentleman. He was from Southern America. He spoke to me because he found me on TikTok. I do have a TikTok account where I give free information. And he said to me, I've been here for 12 years. And it made me very sad that he spent so much time here. I didn't understand what he did and why he spent all this time here. But he went from student visa to another visa to employment visa and, to permanent residency. It took him 12 years to speak to us for him to get his permanent residency. If I tell you, when I called him and when he cried on the phone, it is the best feeling for me as a lawyer to change somebody's life in a positive way. Why did it take him 12 years to get this? Again, it comes down to the advice that you get. I'm not saying I'm the best, but you need to care about people. You need to care about people and not money. Yes, you do your job, but people's lives, they do matter. And like I said, it's that challenge, but our green card is that permanent residency.
After getting PR, a permanent residency, can people apply for passport as well?
Oh, absolutely. When you get permanent residency, you must hold that for 1 year at least by way of holding permanent residency. But you also have to show that you've been living in Australia for at least 4 years. And you can get Australian citizenship. We have a big celebration for that in Australia when people get citizenship. So absolutely, as long as the person didn't do any criminal activities while they're in Australia. So for example, if it's your fines and you're driving, it's okay. But it's more the other things. So if somebody got involved with the wrong crowd, that may cause obviously some issues.
How can an immigration solicitor assist migrants in navigating the complex immigration system and achieving their immigration goals?
Look, one of the first things that I always say to many people say, I want to talk to you, I want to pay to talk to you. I said, look, before you speak to me and pay me, I want to see your CV. I want to see your resume. I want to see your date of birth. I want to see your qualifications. I want to see your experience. And when you look at that, you can see very quickly if somebody has options and, talk to the person about their visa options and pathways and challenges and what they need to do to meet that. You do have lawyers who will say, pay me and then I talk to you. I don't agree with that because maybe I can't help you. How's that? There's not everybody that you can obviously assist. So your resume, so your document that talks about your experience is the most important thing.
Are there any kind of recent changes or updates that migrants should be aware of when planning to immigrate to Australia?
Yes, there are many changes that happened in the last 2.5 months. So from the financial year, 1st of July, one of the biggest changes is for skilled migrants. So you need to have a lot of experience in order to qualify for skilled visas. And you need to also have very good English. So every state requires people to have very good English skills. But the biggest change, if you ask me, is for students. So from the 1st of October, any international student that is looking to apply to Australia must have money in their bank account, a minimum of $25,000 per year per study, which means you can't no longer rely on the banks giving you a loan, family helping you out. You must have money in your bank account, which I think doesn't help many people that want to come and study because let me be asking you, who has that money in the bank account? If you have it, you obviously would use it on other things. The other biggest challenge is that a lot of employers are wanting more skilled staff. and it's been made a lot easier for them to bring skilled staff, which means people that are from overseas will get paid a lot more. So here is an example. Before the 1st of July, as an international skilled migrant, the minimum that an employer had to pay is $53,900, and now it's $70,000 a year. So it's good news for migrants.
Yes. Can you provide some of examples of unique challenges regarding this?
Well, the biggest challenge of that would be obviously that individuals are planning. So planning your journey, planning your migration to Australia. It's not something you can do in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days. You want to make sure that you get advice and that you plan so that you have the finances available, that you think about your family, if your family is migrating with you. People who have children, think about education for your children, relocating and finding housing. Again, it should be a plan where you spend time with your lawyer, your migration agent, and talk to them about your options, when you want to start, how long you want for this to take, and where you want to live. Because the biggest challenge is clients will tell me, you pick where I live. It's interesting because I can't do that. Somebody likes the very warm weather. I say Queensland is beautiful. But then you also have to look for where can you find a job. It's not about just enjoying that company. But the best part that you will like is that we are a multicultural country. Everybody speaks different languages. You will find people from Bangladesh. You will find people from, like I said, other regions of the world, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, Europe, Middle East. And you will feel that connection with your community. You will never feel like you're missing home too much because there is that opportunity to help one another. So there is community that will help you at any time.